Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Putty, and welcome back for another edition of Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, the best damn territorial wrestling on the planet. Today, we are back for the Sam Keith Classic, our July tournament, the 13th annual edition of the greatest tag team tournament in the history of professional wrestling, doing things a little bit differently this year. I've only got a screen grab of the final table. I didn't decide to do one every round like I usually do, because I feel like just showing you the final table is probably just better overall. It gets less minutiae. We can just go with the flow a bit more. And although it feels a bit less tournament-y for sure, I definitely think that it's just a little bit less hands-on, and I can just jump in and just start doing the show as normal. Often the Sam Keith Classic takes like hours to get prepared and ready to go, and I thought this time around, why don't I just take a lot of the work out of it so that I can just sit back and have a chill year. So that's what I've decided to do. So we don't have a bracket to start off. I'm just going to tell you the four teams that are in it. We have, of course, the recently debuted Audi-Gun, the Asian American tag team who have been on fire lately, debuted with a vengeance and promised to exceed all expectations and become one of the most successful tag teams we've ever seen in the business. And indeed tonight they hope to do so by competing in the greatest tag team tournament ever. And it is, of course, they're going to be up against the Ring Generals, the most decorated tag team on the independent scene today. Of course, been here for a few years, two members of Team Progress, Logan Wolfsbane's new Team Progress, with Robin DeLay and the Ring Generals. We have the Dream Team, MC Motormouth's boys, Ernest Youngman and Dewie Archer. We should say Dewie Archer is MC Motormouth's boy. Ernest Youngman team seemingly was on a good arrangement with Dewie Archer after Dewie Archer's title victory in the last episode, and indeed they have entered this tournament. How will they get along? And finally we have the Southern Stars, one of the most successful tag teams in the history of the Texas territory. Came up here, won the tag titles last year, haven't done too well since. Can they bounce back with a victory in the Sam Keith Classic? We're in the Capitol Gardens. Let's get rolling with a big dream match between the Dream Team and the Ring Generals. Excellent stuff from everyone involved here as the Ring Generals start to work down Dewie Archer. They start to work down what's his name? They start to work down Dewie Archer. They start to isolate him. They start to use that technical wrestling that we know, mainly from Dirty Dean Waldorf. No longer is he Deadly Dean. No longer is he gritty. No longer is he down to earth. We don't look at him with that kind of homegrown love that we kind of used to. Now he's Dirty Dean Waldorf. Now he's just nasty, putting elbows in places elbows shouldn't be, grinding out Dewie Archer as the Ring Generals separate the ring out and make sure that the Dream Team can't get their Dream Team rolling, as it were. Quick tags from the Ring Generals to keep themselves fresh as they just work down. They brutally destroy the Architect. And they just keep Ernest Youngman out of the match. But of course, as these matches tend to go, Ernest Youngman does get into the match, and we get to see that fluent, that flashy, that quick style of the wrestling machine, the best there's ever been, Ernest Youngman, who with a wink and a smile starts to lock in every single technical wrestling maneuver under the sun. But then Robin DeLay gets involved and cheats and distracts the referee, distracts Ernest Youngman, and allows the Ring Generals to get back control over the match. Very clearly is Dewie Archer frustrated by this cheating, and he gets rolled up by Dirty Dean Waldorf, and the Ring Generals pick up the first victory of the tournament. Dream Team not starting things off on a good foot. Can they recover? As up next we have Audi-Gun defeating the Southern Stars in our other first round match. The Southern Stars and Audi-Gun, both very charismatic, colourful tag teams, and they both go at each other with flashy tag team independent wrestling style moves, a mixture of some really innovative maneuvers, the type of stuff we see from guys like American Elemental and Kamikaze, just fast, high-flying stuff, especially from Terry Dale, who's just basically a spot monkey in this match, trying to show everyone what kind of a adrenaline rush guy he can be at times, trying to prove to the world. Got a chip on his shoulder, and in the end it does pay off when Clinton Adams and Terry Dale hit their patented Dragon Rising and pick up the victory. Good start for Audi-Gun would be one of the only teams, would be a very rare occasion if they were to pick up the victory in this tournament on their debut year. Definitely an almost unprecedented achievement if they were to do so. So we go to the backstage area with Dewie Archer. Dewie Archer and MC Motormouth have got mics. Ernest Youngman is kind of off to the side, kind of recovering, still chilling. But Dewie Archer says, we are... people have called us the Dream Team. And we may not have started on the best of foots, but it's going to take a little bit of time for the Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Champion, the local celebrity, the most must-see superstar in Mid-Atlantic Wrestling history, to get on the same page with the heavyweight champion of the world. But once we do, you gotta be sure that we are going to be the most dominant force in all of tag team wrestling. Once we're on the same page, we are the unstoppable Dream Team. And you better watch out for that moment, that time, because it's going to happen soon. And when it does, ain't nothing going to get in the way of us and our dreams. And we move on to the next round, and in a spirited performance from the Dream Team, we see they're starting to get on the same page. They're starting to get clicking. It's a really fast-paced match, not the isolating, heelish tag team wrestling style that we saw from the Ring Generals in the first round. No, it's really fast-paced. Quick tags all around. Terry Dale once again doing his high-paced spot monkey style wrestling, while Ernest Youngman really quick technical wrestling, moving from hold to hold, trying to keep Audi Goon isolated, and starts to see the smiles from the Dream Team as they make their quick tags. They rescue each other from holds. They start to do some really good clicking tag team wrestling, but it's too much for the spirited, absolutely sensational performance of Audi Goon, who in the end pick up the victory with the Dragon Rising, and Dewie Archer looks very frustrated that the Dream Team haven't been able to pick up the victory there. And the Southern Stars put a nail in the Ring General's coffin almost, picking up the victory in this match, making it very easy now for Audi Goon to pick up the tournament. All they need to do is win in the final round. And the Southern Stars, of course, we've seen this match 1,000 times, and it goes about as you expect. Traditional Southern tag team wrestling with the Ring Generals isolating Tennessee William in their corner, just working him down, beating him down, physical, dirty, grindy, the type of wrestling you'd expect to see from dirty Dean Waldorf and not so marvelous Marv Statler, as they work down Tennessee William, cut off the ring, really use the stretch the rules to their breaking point, as they use their cheaty ways to get an advantage in this match. But of course it doesn't last long, as Tennessee Williams is so resilient, he's so passionate, he's so fiery. He gets across the ring to the hottest hot tag in the business today, Animal Harker, who just comes in like a house on fire, taking out Marvelous Marv, taking out Dirty Dean, sending them to the ground, brutalizing his opponents as he is wont to do. Former Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champion in his own right, and he picks up Dirty Dean and hits him with that Texas meat grinder for the victory. Good stuff from all around as we head to the interview area, where Audi Goon, mainly Clinton Adams this time on the mic, saying, you know what, so many people wrote us off at the start of this tournament that we were just rookies, that we're just generic, has never been, never wanna be, never gonna be tag team champions. Well, you are looking at men who do nothing but overachieve, men who exceed expectations. We want to be role models. We want to be inspirational. And every single barrier you put up against us, we are going to strike through it, because we have the heart and we have the passion and we have worked so hard to even get here. And you know what we do have as well, is we have kinship. We have an understanding. And if there's one thing that I have always believed in professional wrestling when it comes to tag teams, is that respect lasts a lot longer than affection. And I respect this man, and I would fight with him to the ends of the earth, and tonight, hopefully, we will fight our way to a glorious championship victory. Audi Goon is forever. Believe that. Clinton Adams fired up as we head into the final match for the Dream Team, and the Dream Team are finally clicking. It is coming together as they're taking on the Southern Stars. It's working. The Dream Team have finally found their tag team ambitions, and they are going tag for tag, almost Ring General-esque, as they cut Tennessee William off in their corner. They work him down, they work him over, they stop him from getting anywhere. It is a beautiful display of tag team wrestling, and finally it looks like the Dream Team are going to become the tag team that can win the World Tag Team Championships, win the Sam Keith Classic, win the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Championships. It's looking like a Dream Team at last. And Ernest Youngman goes for a big tag to set the momentum flowing towards what looks to be the finish. And Dewie Archer jumps off the apron. Dewie Archer jumps off the apron, leaves Ernest Youngman in the lurch. And in comes Animal Harker for the Texas Meat Grinder, and Dewie Archer betrays Ernest Youngman. After the match, Dewie Archer gets on the microphone and says, Ernest, Ernie, whatever made you think that we can get along? You know, I went on a journey this year. I went on a journey from shore to shore, from country to country. It's just so I could come back and I could get this. And he points at his waist, the Mid-Atlantic Championship. And you know, at the end of that journey, I thought I respected you. That's why I shook your hand last month. That's why I agreed to be in this tournament with you. Well, that and the money that MC Motormouth offered me. And MC Motormouth smiles from, like, just giant shit-eating grin and just starts nodding at how much money he's made from this endeavor. And then Dewie Archer continues. I thought I respected you. I thought I had finally come to this mutual understanding. but no. And you know, you look at me, you probably respect me. You probably think that I respect you. You thought that this was some sort of respectful, colleague-like rivalry over the years, but it's not, Ernest. It's not. I've never respected you. I hate you, Ernest Youngman. I look at you. I look at what you've achieved. I look at where we were when we first fought, and I think I should have been so much better off. I think you've had so much handed to you. I think I've had every single obstacle put out while they've rolled out the red carpet. I hate you, Ernest Youngman, and I'm sick and tired of you acting like you're better than me. Because you're not better than me, Ernest. I am much better than you will ever be. And you can go off to Japan. You can go to every territory. You can act like you're the guy. Like you're the ace. You can walk around with that $25,000 worth of gold around your waist and say that you're the best. You can be Greg Gage light if you want. But you know what? You know who's always been here? You know who's really paid his dues in this company? Me. I've been here before you even arrived. I've seen guys like you come and go. You're a dime a dozen. There's only one guy in this company who is a once-in-a-generation talent. Only one guy who is the most must-see superstar in Mid-Atlantic wrestling history. This would be a dream team no matter who is my partner, because I'm the dream player. I'm the guy, Ernest. And finally, you can look around my waist and see recognition for it. Finally, when I walk in that locker room, there's a modicum of the respect that I deserve. And quite frankly, Ernest, if it takes me beating it out of you, then I'm going to get that respect out of you, too. Fuck you, Ernest Youngman. And Dewie Archer clearly had some ulterior motives tonight. Infused, enraged, and done. The Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Champion storms off. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a final match tonight. Audi Goon will take on the Ring Generals. Audi Goon have already won the title, but can they win it in style? Yes, they no, they can't. Oops, this was the wrong result. So I'ma fix it real quick. I would have left it because they would have won the title anyway, but obviously I set that match to be for the title, so I'ma fix that. Oops, did I not set a winner? I didn't. I did the booking of this tournament really weirdly, so yeah. I can also set the keep allow spinal impact and high risk moves thing, because I didn't. So hopefully the match grade will do a bit better. That is actual literal cheating. So I understand if you look down on me for it. Yeah, that's better. All right, there you go. And yes, Audi Gun defeat the Ring Generals to win the titles in style. A underdog victory for the ages. The first Asian American tag team to ever win the titles. And they do it in style. Audi Goon, a sensational Sam Keith Classic debut tonight. beating the Ring Generals with their fast-paced, innovative offense, defeating the dirty style of the Team Progress members tonight. Big victory for them. There will be dancing in the streets of Washington, D.C. tonight as Audi Goon have picked up their first massive victory as a tag team in Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. But the story of the night, what will be covering the headlines, is the absolute and abstract failure of the Dream Team and, of course, their subsequent explosion and the vicious, vitriolic words of the architect Dewey Archer. What will come of that? What will come of all we saw tonight? One thing is for sure, we have a new team in Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, and they are on top of the world right now. Where will they go from here? Surely a tag team title challenge is on the horizon, but Aces of Mayhem and the Dynamite Express are still in town, and there are rumors, of course, that they are headed for a three-way ladder match to finally finish off the question of who are the greatest tag teams in Mid-Atlantic Wrestling history. We'll find out all the reaction from that and everything else and more in the next episode at the Battle for the Mid-Atlantic, and the number one contender for where it all begins again will be crowned. Usually. Although, that's obviously up in the air. Stay tuned on the Mid-Atlantic website. Stay tuned right here on Matsudiro.com to figure out more. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. Check out the rest of the series. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're feeling especially generous and particularly liked the episode this year, why don't you check out my link to my Patreon in the description. If you want to hear me ramble on Twitter, there's a link to that in the description too. I hope you guys will join me next time for Battle for the Mid-Atlantic. If you do, I'll see you guys then.